We're back, everybody, on Santa Clarita's hometown station, AM-1220 KHTS. It's Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John. It's the radio digest version of the Santa Clarita Gazette. And if you would have seen this week's Gazette, you would have saw a picture of our next guest, Mr. Andrew Skinner, receiving a rather hefty donation, I should say, from the Rotary Club for his foundation. Andrew, are you there?
Yeah, hey, Doug.
Hey, say hi to John, too.
Yeah.
He gets.
Hey, John, how are you?
I'll get offended.
He gets his feelings
I get my
hurt.
feelings hurt. So, Andrew, all right, let's go back a little bit.
Yeah, let's go back and explain to folks what the Triumph Foundation is and your story real quick.
Well, okay, well, let's go back even. Let's go
farther than that.
Piece of cake, Doug. Calm down.
Okay.
Calm down. Andrew,
I grew up in Santa Clarita and lived in Canyon country my whole life. With Canyon, played sports, football, baseball, you name it. And then went away to college up in Cal State Channel Islands in Ventura. Got my degree in business, met the love of my life, was on top of the world. 6 months after graduating, I broke my neck in a freak snowboarding accident and became a quadriplegic.
all right.
And was really blessed to have a wonderful family support, a wonderful community that rallied behind me, and people that had gotten injured before me come and mentor me. And so I always wanted to help out others that weren't so fortunate.
And that's
so I started Triumph Foundation.
The Triumph Foundation,
to help
right?
people. Yeah, we're a nonprofit. We're a charity based out here in Santa Clarita that helps people triumph over obstacles they face when they are dealing with paralysis.
Awesome. Now, a couple months ago, almost a year ago, wasn't it? Yeah, was it a year ago?
The fire.
The fire. So we've been around since 2008, and we're based out of a home office out of my house, and we have a storage locker where we kept most of our inventory and supplies. And so at the end of June, there was a fire at the storage facility, and 18 storage lockers were lost, and ours was one of them. And it was completely devastating to us because we had basically everything we've accumulated over the years.
Was that June of 2014?
Yes. No, this is this year. So
it was this year.
Yeah, this past year.
I thought it was about 6 months ago. Now, we had you on, and you were doing some charity stuff. How'd the fundraising stuff go after the fire? How'd the community respond?
The community was tremendous. I mean, they came to our aid. We received so many donations. It was so humbling. We probably received over 100 donations in the immediate weeks afterwards. And we had a fundraiser that was already pre-planned prior to the fire, and we sold out. And so the recovery, went really well. But the Rotary Club had contacted me almost immediately after the fire. The Rotary Club has been one of my Santa Clarita Rotary Club has been one of our original supporters. And when they heard about the fire, they said, "Hey, we want to help. Send us an itemized list of what you lost and what it's going to take to recoup everything." And I had sent them a list and thought, maybe something will come of it. Right. They did a pancake breakfast for us and raised a few, almost $800, I think. And I thought that was, tops. I thought that was wonderful. It was amazing that they did that.
That is pretty impressive.
And then, they went even bigger to our aid. They called me about a month ago and said, "Hey, Andrew, how are you doing on, the recovery from the fire?" And I said, "Well, we raised quite a bit of funding, but we still haven't, we purchased everything just because, we're trying to do things strategically." And
right.
They said, "Well, what do you got left to buy? About how much?" And so I said, about half of what we lost, so somewhere in the neighborhood of around, $4,000 or $5,000 worth of stuff. And they said, "Okay, we got it." And then 2 weeks ago, they called me and said, we're gonna meet that need, and we're also gonna meet it even greater to help you even grow bigger." And so yesterday, Wednesday, I went over to the Rotary Club weekly meeting, and they blessed us with a $10,000 check to help us with just completely finishing off us recouping our losses, and then giving us a nice nest egg to even grow even bigger.
A little bit of
Brilliant.
A little bit of background, excuse me, Andrew, because I am in the Rotary Club, and I can recall the meeting vividly about a month ago. And because usually what we do is the money that we raise, we divvy it out to different organizations. And the president of our fundraising said, "Hey, I would like to give all the funds this year to one nonprofit entity," and he described yours, and everybody was in unanimous agreement because of the good that you do for the folks. Because as you well know, when you get that kind of injury, your life is just upside down, and that's an understatement, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, people's lives are shattered, and we try to help them pick up the pieces and put the puzzle back together. And this money is huge. $10,000 to a charity our size is a tremendous amount, and it'll really enable us to do even more good works. I mean, there's not a lack of demand for our services.
That's awesome.
We're everywhere from San Diego to Santa Barbara on a regular, almost weekly basis.
That's amazing.
And we're even spreading up into Northern California and into some of the national rehabilitation centers outside of the state. So we've just blown up. And, we have the Rotary to thank, having us there almost within the first year of us starting. They had us over there to share what we were all about, and they've just been so loyal and faithful to helping us grow and
that's amazing,
make our works possible.
So, Andrew, if people want to get involved or want more information or to help you out, because this doesn't end here, you know that, right?
No.
Okay, it doesn't.
We're heading into our busiest season. So during the holidays, we do our Christmas Care Basket outreach, and we'll be going to around 12 or 14 different hospitals all over Southern California and throwing little parties for people that are newly paralyzed and providing them care baskets that are full of resources and some goodies and some presents and just trying to bring a sense of joy to their lives. It's tough being in the hospital any time of the year, but especially around the holidays. And it's near and dear to my heart because I spent my Christmas in the hospital when I got hurt 11 years ago. And so if people want to get involved, we're doing a fundraiser next Thursday night at the Route 66. It's just a simple eat for a cause. Come have a meal, and the portion of the proceeds will go to Triumph Foundation. And then we're also collecting goodies. If people want to give this year and don't have a big piggy bank, that they go out and buy their favorite candy bars from the dollar store. We'll include them in the care baskets, and you'll know it's going to, sweeten up someone's life, sweeten up someone's hospital stay.
That's great.
So
and is there a website we can go to as well?
Yes, please. The website is supporttriumph.org. And they can go on there and they can find out all about all our different upcoming outreach visits. We do need volunteers to help assemble the baskets. People want to come out. We're going to do that on Saturday, December 5th. There's lots of ways you can get involved. We still need help. I mean, money is a big thing, but on the other hand, human capital is even more valuable to us. And so if people want to physically get involved, we'd love to have them join our army.
Thank you, Andrew, so much. That's awesome. What a great story, Doug.
Yep. Andrew, thanks for your time.
Thank you guys for the follow-up.
No worries. Thanks, man. Take care.
Now be placed into the
That is awesome. Triumph Foundation is and so we're going to have people on about the Rotary because I'm sure there's people out there with a lot of questions on how they operate and why they operate. Yeah. That would be a good topic.
And we touch on that a little bit in the article in the Gazette about the Rotary and their functions and
that's good.
What we're all about.
Cool. And it kind of makes you feel good, but not quite as good as going 5-0 against Mr. Football.
That's true.
Or Brandon. Is Brandon even on the line?
Of course I am. I'm
he got very quiet all of a sudden. This is our football. I guess we can call you Mr. Football. Are we vying for the title Mr. Football? That's what we should do. Ooh, you can't be called Mr. Football unless you
really
win.
think we should really carefully choose our words about people. So, I really should have that title, but I gift it on Mr. Football.
Oh, you gifted.
And I'm going to come up with something grander, way more.
The ambassador of Kwan. The ambassador of Quan. All right, so I'm going to do it, Doug, because I have your paper. You don't have your paper.
I can't remember which pick it was that Brandon had. He was the only. Who won?
Well, Brandon went 4-1. He was the only one that picked Houston.
That's what it was.
Because we picked with the spread.
Yeah, he was the only one that picked Houston. And he got it.
Kyle's in second place now. Kyle, congratulations.
How come so much enthusiasm when you introduced Brandon, but with me, you totally.
Well, because you only went 1-4.
Yeah, I know. I did terrible last week.
And I'm like a game behind you, tied with Doug, and then Mr. Football was like 2 games behind us. He didn't do very well, and it was tough going with the spread.
Yeah.
It made it.
I don't want to do that anymore.
I went 2-3. Of course, I think Brandon wants to go. Brandon, when are we going to Vegas with that one? You go 4-1 every week.
I know, right?
We're going to be doing really well. We'll have our own radio show, The Tout Line with Brandon and John on KHTS. We probably can't do that, can we?
Nah, well, hey, you have to talk to the powers.
Yeah. Okay, like the station manager. All right, so we've got our games this week.
You're gonna get us in trouble.
I'm never gonna get anybody in trouble. Anyway, all right, so let's pick some games.
All right, here we go.
We have our Redskins. Hail to the Redskins.
Man, are they
Kirk
tied
Cousins,
for first place?
No, they're not tied for first place. But they, if you look at the schedules.
Hashtag dumpster fire, NFC East.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah,
NFC East,
7-9 is going to get you the division.
There's going to be 2 teams in the playoffs with 7-9 division.
Gee, I seem to remember the Seattle last year. Was it
2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Carolina had a win last year in 7-9. No, but what I'm saying, there's going to be 2 divisions probably with 7-9 champions.
Hey, what are you going to do?
Blows my mind. What are
we going to do? Go, no, you win games, you can't be in the playoffs?
Reseeding, man.
Yes, reseeding like basketball.
Then why
basketball?
But you reseed.
Basketball and the MLS and all that stuff.
Oh, and can we relegate?
There's going to be I would love relegation. Believe you me.
We can send the Raiders back to college?
Guess what? The Philadelphia 76ers should not be in the NBA.
We're talking football.
No, I know, but I wish relegation was possible.
So we can send the Raiders back to college.
Yeah. Hey, easy.
All right, here we go, gentlemen.
All right. Is anybody really picking Carolina? I mean,
what is my record? I'm sorry.
Does it matter?
Tell him what his record.
You're running away with it. You got a 3-game lead.
But what's his record?
Good.
Do you really want to know the record? You really. I will tell you.
Today, or what are we picking? I mean, because you guys like to.
We're not going against the spread. We're going straight up.
Straight up.
College hockey.
And
games.
if you want to see your picture, if you want to see your record, Brandon, pick up a Gazette of the. Pick up a copy of the Gazette. Okay.
Oh, mic drop. Mic drop.
There you go. I'm done.
All right, Washington at Carolina.
Is anybody picking Washington?
I am.
Whoa.
Are you serious?
I'm so serious. That I picked against Carolina, I think once or twice this year for upsets. I believe it was once. I think they're due. I pick Washington.
I like you, Brandon.
That's one of my upsets.
I like you, Brandon, but yeah, okay, right.
We'll talk next week. Next week.
If you are right, I will call you Mr. Football. Okay, and I will stand up on the chair and sing "Hail to the Redskins." Okay,
Captain Football.
All right, everybody else, Carolina.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And Mr. Football had Carolina.
And Cam Newton's going to do 1, maybe 2 dances.
Yeah,
this time.
He may get. There may be a penalty flag.
That would be the last dance that dude does.
Oh, stop.
All right, the next one.
Green Bay at Minnesota.
Now, did anybody think this game was going to be important?
Yeah.
Talk about
No.
Minnesota.
Beginning of the season, you did not think it was going to be important.
No, I thought it would be important. I didn't think it would be a close matchup, but I think it would be important.
Did you think it was going to be important at the beginning of the year?
I thought Minnesota was going to be a playoff team.
Yeah, you also like Oakland. You also like Oakland. So what is it? Everybody likes, everybody thinks Minnesota's going to be a playoff team week 12.
Yeah.
Come on. Anyway, all right, so let's go with Brandon first, right? He's in first place.
Green Bay at Minnesota.
Green Bay at Minnesota. Aaron Rodgers.
I am going with Green Bay. Minnesota is the stepchild of that division.
Oh, boy.
All right, who's in second? Kyle.
I'm gonna go with Green Bay also. Actually.
Doug.
I'm going Minnesota.
I'm going Green Bay, and Mr. Football's going Green Bay.
Ooh, I'm on a limb on that one.
Oh, boy. Making up some ground is what he's doing.
All right, Denver at Chicago. Very intriguing game. Remember, no Peyton Manning. He is going to be in street clothes.
Brock Osweiler. Bum, bum, bum.
Brandon's escaping on a train again.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
He's like Superman.
What you do on your spare time is none of my business.
He's more powerful than a locomotive. That's what he's
Oh, okay. All right.
Are you staying in shape? All right, so Denver without Peyton Manning, which is probably better, at Chicago with
who would have ever
with Jay Cutler. Maybe they could trade quarterbacks because I think a hurt Peyton Manning is still probably better than Jay Cutler. Just saying.
Okay.
Really? Tell me I'm wrong.
You know, Jay Cutler started out at Denver with me.
I know.
So I was there in Denver when Jay was a rookie.
And
this is a very big statement game.
Is he colorblind?
For him. However, Denver is the better team. I'm going with Denver.
Yeah.
It's at Chicago.
I know. I'm tempted, but I'm going to go with Denver.
Oh, come on. You got to go with your gut.
Kyle?
Chicago.
Doug?
Chi-town, as some people say.
I'm going Chicago.
I think Peter says that.
Mr. Football is going to Chicago?
No. And John?
Denver. Are you kidding? That defense? Jay Cutler.
Chicago's rolling, man.
All right, here we go. It's Brandon's team where he grew up against my team where I grew up. Here we go. Cincinnati at Arizona. Sunday night football.
This is a very intriguing matchup.
Aren't they all intriguing, Brandon?
Last week. And so what I'm thinking is that their slump will continue and Arizona will win.
Wow. Okay. And let me pick for Doug. He's going to pick Cincinnati.
Nope.
Oh, really? He's actually. Whoa! Breaking news. Can we break in?
I picked Seattle last week.
Breaking news.
I'm ashamed. Kyle.
Should be.
I am never picking Andy Dalton in a primetime game ever again.
You're just an anti-ginger, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just anti-Andy Dalton in primetime games. So I'll pick, if it was an afternoon game, I'd say Cincinnati, but I'm going to go with Arizona.
But it's Christmas time.
No way, man.
The Red Rifle BB gun.
No, yeah.
All right, Mr. Football is going Cincinnati, and I'm going Arizona.
All right, Monday Night Football. I wish it was in Buffalo, but it's at New England. Buffalo at New England. Anybody picking Buffalo?
No.
I might pick another upset. Let me think about this.
Well, that's why we called you with these games before, Brandon, but you didn't answer. You should have thought about these. We don't know, but nobody really pays to hear you think on the air, okay?
Here's the thing. I love you too, John.
We want to hear what you've thought about already.
I picked Buffalo earlier in the year, okay? What happened was Buffalo didn't realize they were good. So I think they played well enough to think that they're the ones. So
Brandon, you're stalling. Make your pick. You're going New England.
I'm going with New England.
Thank you. Everybody's going New England.
Yeah, I'll pick New England.
Yeah, even Mr. Football is going New England. I mean, I don't think there's too much of a question there. I think they may miss Julian Edelman. He was on my fantasy football team. That just
all right, real quick, we got like 30 seconds. Who's winning between Michigan State and Ohio State?
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Arizona State.
Arizona.
I mean, Arizona.
That hurts my feelings.
Oh, sorry.
UCLA, Utah.
UCLA.
Utah.
It's at Utah.
I'm saying Utah.
Oh, Utah.
USC at Oregon.
Oregon.
Oregon's
rolling right now.
Baylor at Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma.
Okay. All right, everybody.
All right. Well, that was easy.
Yeah, that was easy.
Brandon, it's been a lot of fun, man. Just don't
All right, gentlemen. You guys take care.
All right. You've been listening to Gazette Radio with Doug and John on AM-1220 KHTS, Santa Clarita's hometown station. Have a great week, Santa Clarita, and a happy Thanksgiving.
See ya.